a bad map, so it puts you in a bad spot. Now you can maybe have one bad one, but in terms of the impact, I think you're looking at grand finals, like the best of sevens. The team who gets to pick, you know, those two overloads could have a massive advantage. Okay. So for our top teams, you cannot have two bad maps.
I don't know. I'm just interested if we're gonna see those trends. You know, we talk about like you'll see it's like a qualifier where it's all exposure, and all scar, all scar. Like we've had
that go away. Yeah.
Does that go away? But with having 4 as an option. Into it though, with Koi and Ravens, our first series of 3 to kick off our qualifier.
Major 4 already.
Yeah, I know. You and I joke about it every year. It's like the season starts and we're laughing. Okay, well, Lurqxx apparently is just fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
As he dials in a triple, kid is twisted early on, so he's already into the upcoming hardpoint. We'll see if he can play his life or win a gunfight. Well, he'll win a gunfight.
Yeah, there's also this sort of thing where he can turn into more of like an entry, like, kind of guy. Like he plays with speed, so maybe that dynamic changes where Standy is just a slower slaying sub.
Like you're waiting on him, you're waiting on that pinch, you're trying to time things properly, where Lurqxx like, I'm just gonna go now. I'm just gonna go and match my pace. We'll see if that's the case, but into it on 5 straight to start us off, up and over, and it leads to a team kill, but there's literally numbers here as Joe Deceives. Well, kills a teammate, but gets 1, and we'll get the hard point and the back spawns now for Koi. With 30 or so remaining, a good chunk of time they can try to get.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, this is another interesting one, right? Every qualifier in between roster mania period, Koi's always thrown out there. Obviously, Insight is still on this roster. And you know the team, the organization is backing him. It just kind of felt like he was just sort of like, all right, I'm done with all this noise. Like, find somebody else. I'm cool with this, whatever. Like, let the boys do what they have to do. But, I mean, listen, that's a couple of championship Sundays in a row. They're hoping to build off of that.
And I just think sometimes when you talk about players that are around for a long time, it's a mental battle more than for Insight in particular. Just like maybe just hearing again that his teammates believe him, this organization believes him. You know, there's some rumors there might be a change. Maybe it doesn't lead to that at all, but part of me kind of hopes it does. But starting slow on that side for Koi will be CleanX, who's really looking to get involved at 1 and 6. Kip starts out slow. Joe Deceives the Insight kind of carrying the slang, and it'll be Royal Ravens on the other end of it with Standy and Lurqxx on a bit of a spree. Locked down at 3rd. Up about 30 with 30 more to earn.
And remember, the one sort of maybe interesting topic when we talk about our race for champs is them. It's Carolina. They're at 130 points, so they're going to have a hell of a stage. They're down like 80, 70 points or so. So they need a good minor, a good stage, a good major, but they are the one team we are kind of looking at. And speaking of looking at, let's give them a listening.
Last guy, that's last guy mid. That's last guy mid, the rest are spawn. I'm all the way, for now.
Nice, I'll see you well, I'll spawn a goal. I got it next time.
I'm only mid, okay?
Yeah, I've told the right.
Yeah, one guy mid on me. One guy mid square. Yo, main in square. One guy take the right route.
Yeah, main hit twice.
Main, one's right on me. Yeah, one's right on me. One's right on me. I'll make you right.
No, main, go.
I have your right.
Window.
There's 2 stone.
I spawned for rocks. He's well weak. Insight.
I spawned here with you guys.
I'm seeing well. One shot well. Nice. There's one
front. Joe's front win. There's 2 front. I think. Both front. Yo, I have all your main. One more front. All being front, front. Never mind. Two main.
We weren't blocking, by the way. They could have spawned behind us.
Heard.
Yeah, I don't think I'm in.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
I'm coming to
I'm playing the square.
I'm gonna get new somewhere, okay?
Yeah, I'm in. Yep.
He's front street. He's gonna be closer on me.
Playing for the guy street, okay?
One for the guy. Running at me. Street. He's one shot on the left side of track.
Yep, dead. Oh no, check, guys.
Shack, one shot, Insight.
Off old, CleanX dead.
I spawned in the back.
Joe on you, he's milk chuck. Joe milk chuck.
I got all of your right, Logan.
Pick up stone.
I have a trophy near you guys.
Pick up stone, Lou.
Yeah, I'm picking up the left right here.
Right. One shot, Logan on high.
Dive your left.
Chips.
I can help you, Lou, if you need it.
I got street. Yo, he's bomb square. Inside square, one shot. I need it.
One is main.
One shot. There's two front.
I need help.
Front.
Nothing main. Heard you. I have your left. On your left. He's on the back. On the back. On track. I need your left. There's 2 inner. I got needed here. One's close out.
I'm dead. I'm top window time. All good. I got a street, boys.
I'm working B2, okay?
I'm gonna save it for rocks, okay? We should play through this. I got needs.
I think one thing we try to key on after a team change is how the comms sound. Solid, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, Standy sounds great. I think he's got a bit of a different mic. It sounds the top quality, but you can hear his voice just very calm, cool, collected, and yeah, I mean, a great first set for them. I think they pretty much out-rotated Toronto to every single hill. So Koi obviously is patient, so it just have to be better here.
We'll see if that starts right now. Get CleanX in better positions. Insight looking over as he pops a double for you. Kips is carried over 4 from that triple he popped to really set them up inside of that P5. Kip's trying to continue on the streak. He's going to get cut down, so no opening for him to maybe play the flip. CleanX still doing damage, though, from the point. Finally traded out. Standy changed that into a double. There was still 30 seconds remaining here. With the 40-point lead, you'll take just about whatever you can get. Keep an eye on spawns now, but Joe Deceives kind of in behind enemy lines. They want to worry about the hard point, but also worry about Joe Deceives. It looks like the spawns for Koi, for the most part, still coming in top left, so nobody getting blessed. Maybe the spawn near Joe Deceives. He's going to be on an island for now, but everyone racing across P5 to get to him.
Yeah, you see the Lurqxx are trying to hunt him down. They're still playing a little bit of hide and go seek, but you pretty much have a 4-on-4 for this P2 rotation. Everybody in the back for Carolina outside of fire, but he is on his way, and here we go. There's a fight from inside the hard point. Standy's going to open. Now you have to go if you're Ravens.
And they're going to go find a player from Old gets involved, and it's nearly perfect. I mean, you lose Standy, but that's about it. That is beautifully done. The patience was there, and, well, maybe that's why you get Standy here, an opening pick like that. The first domino, always crucial.
Yeah, and that started from, I mean, we were on board with Joe Deceives, and we saw he was going back and forth from that back door at P1, and he's trying to distract those guys to overstep. But Lurqxx and company, they stayed very patient, waited for one another. Then when they grouped up, they hunted down Joe, and that's led to this time.
Still holding on to a significant lead. You imagine Koi are going to make a run at some point, especially on a map like this. Maybe it's going to happen here at 3. They're going to have the early rotation, but there's still 10 seconds or so remaining. So a chance, well, maybe for Ravens to fan out a bit, but look how far pushed out Koi are right now. They've got a ton of mid-map presence. These next gunfights are going to prove crucial. Once again, Standy's going to get you one, and that could end up being the first domino again.
They should at least get a 2 for 2 for now. Yeah, you're inside if you are Ravens, and it's Lurqxx again who finds a double, turns it into the triple. Does not matter who is on this guy's squad, still making plays.
And I think still that's a big part of that Standy. Like, he gets that first kill, creates the chaos, and yes, I mean, Lurqxx popping a triple from the point is going to be the massive
No, but it backs everybody up, on the Koi side.
Oh, they're in and about to get over that 200-point mark. About 50 away from the dub. It has been dominant so far. Exceeded position. Hold the line.
Yeah, and here's the key. You have a Hellstorm on Exceed, and we're going to a P4 where I think you just fight for this scrap time, and you pretty much say, I have a Hellstorm, we're going to break behind this streak.
And you're hoping, I think, with the change still at Fire, who is solid for them in respawns, remains that, and he is right now. It was with Search he really struggled. We'll see if Standy can be a difference in Search, because I don't know. I feel like they relied a lot on Craze sometimes to make plays.
Yeah, it Exceeds his sniper or him or Craze, like kind of opening things up.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Den, because I feel like he's cast them a lot on Den, but still, just in general, it relied on him to make a play. Tucked away for Koi, trying to avoid it. They're going to have to mount a massive comeback here to bring it back. If it's going to happen, maybe it starts now. They get the kills after the streak. That's already been exhausted. They'll have numbers around the point as they hunt down Fire for the trade. Not a lot of pressure towards the hard point. They get all this time. I mean, the good thing is you're on Sake, so you have a good opportunity to chain together hard points. This is the moment of truth, though. You're down 2 players, everybody coming off a spawn, spawning out, and, well, you're going to get bully ball out.
Yeah, I was saying, it's a good thing, yes, but it's a bad thing when you're just not winning simple gunfights where guys like Joe, okay, well, it's not the simple ones that he's winning out, but it just feels like, yeah, I don't know. They're not quite warmed up right now on the Koi side, where on the other side, Ravens, again, playing with desperation.
And that's a big thing, too. Like, Koi, you know, back-to-back top 4s. No pressure on them when you talk about getting to champs. All the pressure on Ravens. You said down, 70 points. They need a good qualifier, a good minor, a good Major 4 if they're going to have any opportunity. But they absolutely need to close out this map one. Just 13 needed to shut it down. But don't count out Koi. If they get hot, I mean, yes, it was not winning easy fights, but they didn't have a lot of easy fights due to rarely having a road out. They're going to have it here and see what they can do with it. Don't let Lurqxx pop a multi, which he has done several times throughout. He's going to get a double for you there, and that's going to be pressure to the point. Look as they all hunt together, getting ready to flock them through, waiting for the nades to hit. Timing was there, I thought, but maybe a nade does connect or just sets up CleanX with the shots over the top of Joe Deceives.
Well, I mean, that was your timing. The timing was correct from Carolina, because there were 1 or 2 players in Insight, and I think Joe coming off a spawn where they thought someone was going all the way around. So there was just 1 player on the hill. That's when you wanted to go. But everybody gets there. CleanX now playing his life, and you are still alive if you are Koi.
Still alive. Just the question is, you go down a little bit too much early on. Not enough time here to close it out for Ravens, but they'll get, what, 5 or 6 seconds off the tail end of that for Koi. P1, they win every fight outside of that one. I think Joe Deceives thought he had that, but needed 1 more bullet to close it out. They're in. They're still battling. Pressure on Ravens now to make a play.
Yeah, you gotta wait for each other jumping off a spawn. Standy will get you one to buy some room, but yeah, you're just going 1 by 1 right now. And while you're getting picked apart, is when you're a newer team, you just have to wait for each other, especially on a map like this. Well, who's going to slow things down? It's going to be Fire, who gets you two. That allows Standy to take the one-on-one, and that should be enough. What a play out of Fire.
Yeah, he's the last guy up.
Yeah.
The fact he walks away with 2 for you there. Excellent. Exceed is fired up. Need to get back to that at least. Like, you can't just be good at hardpoint. Like, you can be a weakish search team, sure, if the other respawns are good, but not just one. Exceed will find you the blood with the pick. Joe Deceives, the plant master. Thinking he has a timing to get this down. That will be the case. Ravens not throwing anything away. They're happy to play the 4v3 retake, which I'm sure you're happy to see. Insight gets eyes on one for a second, wants to bring the numbers back, but never really give it a chance there.
Yeah, you have 2 choices. Either run at this guy or you let him be. Well, but he does get the info. It's not the smoke cross that you wanted. So Joe and CleanX are going to be ready for this. The problem is, though, at some point you have to check the bomb, and in round number 1, no trophy's going to be available. So all the utility going to land, and now it is all down to Insight.
He has got a legion of players in front of him. Good damage. He's not going to be able to pull that out, but show us here offensively.
All right.
Exceed gets you a blood again. Well, he's making it easy for him early on.
Yeah, that's it. No big test for this squad to start. Well, that was the winning formula when they were doing solid in Search and Destroy. Well, his sniper's hitting now.
Running through him. CleanX last up. Legion in front of him, similar to Insight's POV on the other side. But, well, it might be a game of avoid the sniper. Hoping to maybe isolate Insight on one side of this. That's an elbow that's a little bit too large. Another first blood for Exceed. 4-0, 3 are first bloods. This guy's getting whatever he wants on the map. The first time you're able to bring it back in numbers that at least even it up for Koi.
And Insight, he goes all the way through tracks. I don't know if they saw him. They did not. So Standy was starting to track back. So now with 2 versus 2, 18 seconds, you have to go if you're Ravens. And well, you are just so split up. And well, you get the first really slowed down. Tried to force something. And I think Koi, you just kind of saw them just try to find any info. That's when the nades and the stuns were coming on through. But, I mean, you're waiting until 30 seconds. CleanX is your key guy. He's into your Lurqxx spot. And, well, he's going to find all of the info and only gets 1 because all 4 players are here.
Well, it's a good thing he got 1 at least. I thought he was going to get 2 or 3, and then it fell apart. There's 1 more guy trailing. So, big by Fire to at least get the kill and make sure it doesn't completely break up the round. Kips can't win his one-on-one. Insight will win his. Joe Deceives in trouble, but comes away with the kill. Player is weak. Track Deceives up a little bit as they take back-to-back rounds. And yeah, no, that literally felt like, let's wait for Exceed to get a pick, and he didn't. And yeah, by the time they're going, there's 30 seconds remaining. We'll see if anything changes up. But that's how I'd do if I was Koi. Then, all right, just literally don't give it to him. Finally, a first blood coming through for Koi. Kips the kill onto Fire. Lurqxx melted immediately after that. And, well, strong arm your way on to B.
Yeah, I mean, Lurqxx was lurching, but, I mean, you're just going to check that corner. You throw the shoulder, the Omni movement, and Joe Deceives is going to find you. But that was kind of your one playmaker. Over towards the B site was Lurqxx. Now it's down to Exceed, and yeah, so much work to do.
Oh, CleanX clotheslines him. Doesn't even give him a chance to maybe hit the flick. Stun will connect, so Standy's position given up, and they'll hunt him down. Clean and clinical there out of Koi on A. We're watching the POVs they push. This is where they stopped it last time. This time looks like they want to go. Maybe isolate, Fire in the back line. Look at everyone turning to try and deal with this, and yeah, you'll take it. You'll go 2 for 1. Can CleanX get anything? No, it's just a swarm into him. Similar to the round 1, it's Insight versus basically the full roster.
And I'm going to assume that is a strat maybe Choi showed at the Major, but you've been ready for it if you are Ravens. I mean, we've seen teams just send a couple of players every now and then through 10 just to send, just go for it.
I mean, Fire's all the way back siloed.
Yeah, just two offensive rounds in a row now, so. And they knew Koi was going to do that at some point.
They've been playing it so passive. It wasn't hard to back up and help. Like, you had the whole team rotating so fast. Insight not able to win the first. That's an NPC to his forehead. He was going to bleed a minute off the clock. We'll see what happens on the flip then. Exceed sees 1 for a second. Not able to connect. Standy 1 with the trophy here.
That's it. Come down to him and his trophies. A little backup though from Lurqxx, but it's all about the shoulders. And while CleanX Kips, they find the kills, and you are dead if you're Exceed.
And that is how fast that can fall apart. All onto fire now. Nothing he can do. Able to deal with it. I thought maybe they're going to ISO the one player and Kips on the other end of it, but they try to send it forward into a 2 versus 2 now, and well, it seems to be working out.
Yeah, you have a choice. Run it Chips or take the 3 versus 2 on the other side. And it was a scary 3-on-2. But Chips is still alive now. 30 seconds. Again, Carolina, they have taken their time with these plants. There is the info on the Chips. But at some point, you're going to have to go.
Did he see him?
Oh, he got spotted.
I thought maybe he saw him as he slid through, but they're going to know they have bomb wide open to get the plant down, so 1v2 for the retake. Plant gets away clean. Kips can't quite find the timing he's gonna hope for. Tries to hit a little cheeky pre-fire, but nobody home. He's gotta rip somebody.
Yeah, if not both of them.
Down to 19 HP, nowhere to go. Still a little bit of time to work with. A chance to get back full and take another fight.
Keep shooting.
All damage in, that's your chance. That's your chance to chow the other player, but you got some help through the street. There's a very quick rotation coming in from the A site. So everyone grouped up barn and back barn. Kind of out of the play for now will be Insight. He's worried about somebody maybe pushing 3. You already lose a player, so Insight's going to have to get involved maybe a little earlier than he'd like. And he's going to have a tough one-on-one because you've got barn window. I believe that's Exceed that got top.
I have to check bomb, right? So CleanX, he throws it. But you just took so much space if you were Carolina. You were so fast on that rotation. Well, Insight had to watch the flank. And yeah, they stay alive, barn. They wrap all the way through.
Well, where it was a little stagnant behind the sniper, we saw the exact opposite. Really offensively and defensively showing a little more presence.
Yeah, their offensives, they have played very slow, just like this. The first 30 seconds, it's just not getting nated. We'll see if Exceed can find anything. If not, see if we can find someone overstepping it. Now it is go time with 40 seconds to plant.
Yeah, it's like just play. Don't get picked, don't scam. Play for info, win a one-on-one. Or just take down 2. Thinks he has to reload, gets back up. We're gonna lose his teammate though. Good damage in, they'll slide out Chow. Now it's gonna be all on Inside. He's gonna be dropped. Ravens take it 6-4.
All the way through your base, but you'd see there, yeah, you try to take it forward. Maybe because CleanX is there, but it doesn't matter. They cut you off, so. We'll see what teams opt to do, but you do have what is CleanX on one side and Lurqxx on the other. So he's just gonna pick this up and run this down, but his teammate dies. Chips is there to trade.
If CleanX didn't get an awkward time in mid-map and he got a kill, you might be going forward very, very quickly, but he dropped pretty much the same time his teammates got those kills in spawn. Insight's provided 2 for you. CleanX does get a pick mid, so they've got pretty good control here of mid-map and EMP. Insight, great start for him, 7-2 on 3. He started strong in the hard point as well. CleanX some really good damage in, not quite able to finish the kill. Fire trying to reposition with the AR in hand, but he's eventually gonna get pushed out. CleanX finds a perfect timing through to get under 1. That sets up kicks for another, and that should be a clean score through. And you can see, you spawn them out pretty damn far, especially with this position. There's no chance in your base, it's a score.
Yeah, it's a score, and now you have a chance to rally it. So when you spawn out like that, you really gotta get back into a good spot. But one player does spawn safe, and Fire Lurqxx is gonna back up. But Chips is gonna try to keep this going. At least buy time for his teammates to come off a spawn, and he is just juking them out.
Keeps on juking. Now they're gonna go ahead and push this on through. He's able to give you a kill. He's on 4 straight. And now they're gonna wait, buy their time, maybe just to allow Insight to get into position. This time the Royal Ravens for the most at least battle for position, but this has been very Koi dominant early on.
Yeah, well, I see he wraps all the way through bottom side. He's able to find that double, and that's been one of the keys. They really just haven't had top mid control. If you are Ravens, right, where EMP is spawning, you have not controlled that car. So you can see even right now, I mean, Joe is the one guy there, but it will be 3 dead. And well, Lurqxx somehow hits the movement, hits the slide, finds the triple, and now you can go.
I was gonna say, of course he wins the crazy once and loses that one, but that is Lurqxx just putting on a show at backcourt. Gives you 4 straight and a big point on the board for Ravens now. Now they're trying to think, what do we want to do here? Like, where do we spawn them out? How do we want to play this? We have this line set up to rally this into another score. Just have to get EMP. Fire's gonna look over with the shots. The players from Core are gonna wrap back and try to deal with this, but you're wrapping back to everyone in position, and that's gonna be the tying score to 2-2 quickly.
And well, they wrap back there, but on their first go around, they try to get to the opposite side of the map. Inside aware of this. Well, CleanX is gonna go all the way back to try to find this. Well, timing will work out his way. So now it's just a battle for the EMP, but it will be all 4 dead. And well, Joe seems to be the point man, so he's got to find the first kill. Just not ready for Standy to be there.
Yeah.
You see where everyone else spawns, but
he's hoping.
He's hoping and it spawns in that same spot, but just wasn't blocking it quite yet.
Yeah, I think he thinks when spawns close, he's gun up there, and that goes a little bit differently. Because he wins that one, it's more than likely a score, barring some crazy nades. 5 seconds left in regulation. We'll see with the extra 30 if Royal Ravens can turn this into a score. Not going to be easy though with Jodeci's putting you down like that. They're going to try to wrap this top side behind Fire's position. Gets you a second somehow, hit the 14 HP, but still up. Going to come down to a one-on-one for the score. Pistol of Exceed up against CleanX. He's able to win it. Can he get through? Nade's going to come in. Not going to happen. The one-on-one just had to go. There's a reset actually going to come in. Koi are there for the scoop. Everyone though in position for the most part for Ravens defensively. It looks like Koi, you want to get a kill or two before you scoop this thing. Enough time has passed. See CleanX kind of worried about maybe a play on the flank. But they've lost basically everyone. Good patience there by Royal Ravens. You don't have mid-map control, but you don't necessarily need it. Just don't get caught sprinting. Win a couple of gunfights, and now you layer the map. They've been able to push up. Chips just murders you. He gets everybody and he is out. Sliding off to the races. Insight's going to get the last player. He'll have a trophy in for coverage right after the stun hits. So it gets slowed here for a moment. They're going to more than likely have to win one more fight at least.
Yeah, you get three players who get close spawns. You just didn't have enough forward pressure, but you're all here. Now it's down to a 1 versus 1. CleanX, well, he's going to lose to Exceed. I mean, CleanX found a triple. Yeah.
I want to take it to the other end. Big win from Exceed. You've got numbers here to go, but you got to go quickly. They were worried about the flank. They dealt with that. Now maybe just wait for your teammates because you've got a 2-on-2 here. Okay, or Standy just goes in and smokes them. Drops a little bit short. Still a presence here. Should be a score.
Chip's got another one, but okay, I was going to say one player spawns with them in Joe. You saw the stuns and nades start to hit, but you just had the numbers. And now Carolina pitching the players up off spawn.
What we thought was a Koi 3-0 is looking like a Ravens 3-0. Just 30 seconds to go. Everyone on Koi basically has got sent back to spawn. You still have 2 players in your spawn. They want to track back because the only way you lose this, you just leave in a wide open lane through mid. Big kill there from Fire to just delay it. The more time they're searching for him, the better. He repositions and gives you a second. That is beautiful from Fire. Honestly, a similar late game clutch type play like we saw in the hard point. He gets a rock solid respawn from you again.
And have one chance at this. If you were CleanX, who was watching the full flight, but Exceed's gonna get through now. This might be the end of the game. And while CleanX is gonna die, Exceed is there, and that is just COD timing at its finest.
The winner spotlight. Exceed, no one expected you to be here. All 3 of us on the desk, the fans, everyone thought we had to go with Toronto after back-to-back top 3s. But you guys are now 3-1 against Toronto on the season. What is it about this matchup?
I want to say it, but I'm not gonna because
name them.
I think I don't know. I think we just match up well against them personally. So I don't know.
Okay, your search and destroy was very clean. We talked about your sniper kind of being the way this map is going to be dictated on Fringe. How comfortable are you on Fringe, and with Standy now in the lineup, how does that change your game, if at all?
A lot. With our old team, we didn't really have the ability to play spreads and be able to let me work for a pick, and so you kind of saw towards the last stage, the amount of snipes that I was hitting dip and stuff, and it's just the way that we were playing it. So bringing in Eli allows us to spread the map, play the map slow, play it kind of how you can work the map better as a team, slowly, where you don't have to run it down every life. And I think it shows with me being able to hit snipes.
We've seen it.
So that's kind of what I was gonna focus on in this question, but more on the respawn. So Craze, he's the route man. He'll take a lot of those deep routes. And I'm not saying one play style is better than the other, but what's different about Standy, in which the respawn was so clean here? I mean, you're talking the overload, the 2 scores, and then you guys won almost every rotation in hardpoint.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of the same thing. I love Jay so much. He's a great teammate, and I have nothing but positive words to say about him. He's a great player, and he'll be in the league for a long time. But I think on our team, I think Standy just kind of fit the system better, where, I think we're more well-rounded now, fundamentally sound. And, it's the best we've looked all year. And I just attribute it to, Standy coming in and, And like I said, like it just feels more like a cohesion of a unit and fundamentally correct.
How'd that move go down? Sorry, how'd that move go down? Because Standy wasn't like exactly at the top of the list for the guys that were next up or to get brought back.
This is a Brian maneuver. I can see it.
I mean, Brian was actually, it was I mean, that one was a Brian call. We had two options, and you know, we kind of just looked at it and we were like, you know, we got this last stage. We got to make a run to make champs. And we know we got to make a run. So the last thing that we wanted to do was bring in a player where we didn't think what it's going to have to take time to develop and kind of fit into a system. And with Eli, we kind of knew, like, he's been playing for a long time. We knew that we could fit him into a system and it'll excel. So
kind of, I guess, going off of that, was this move, when it did happen, did you guys feel it immediately? Like, was it something that just slotted in perfectly, like a puzzle piece on the back end? Did you know coming into this series versus Toronto Koi, like, we smirk at the matchup thing, but realistically looking at the stats, like, you guys playing Toronto in the past, it had been different iterations of the rosters, like, you guys have been in a different place. So did you come into the series just as a team, ready, knowing that you were better, or has it been a struggle behind the scenes?
No, it's been really good. I mean, this is the most confident I've been in the team all year. Like I said, like just fundamentally, and you know, I think it's one of the biggest things we struggle on with LAN. Obviously, we haven't fucking won a series, but you know, we like just the stupid plays, and with this team, we're kind of just able to just play fundamental COD, and it just makes things so much easier on all of us.
But did it happen right away? Like as soon as Standy started joining,
as soon as he popped in, it was literally just an easy fix.
The vets amongst each other once again. Exceed and Standy, best of luck. You guys have the toughest strength of schedule going into Paris.
The run starts now.
I love it. I love it. That is Carolina confidence from Exceed. We got to go to a break. When we come back, though, 2 more matches. We're on